YouTube. Yeah. All right. We are live on YouTube. How's everyone doing today? Oh, man. The wind is back. Yeah, we got about 10 to 15 mile an hour wind here. Maybe gusts up to 20 or so. I'm hoping that you folks are going to be able to hear me okay. I'm going to do the best I can. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's 60 degrees right now. Outside temperature. That was read on my car. I can't even talk. I'm too excited. I'm too happy. Hey, Holly, how are you doing? Hello, everyone. I can hear you fine, Eli. Thank you. Holly's Hauntings and Happenings. Channel member and moderator. Thank you so much, Holly. Yeah, we may have some gusts today that may affect sound a little bit, but I'm going to do the best I can with what I've got. Hey, babe, says respectfully, maturely, and professionally, my lady. Yeah, it's windy here today, babe. It's all good. Hope you're all having a great day. Hopefully you're all staying out of trouble. I know I am. I'm staying out of trouble. Yeah, you know, whenever there's a high wind happening when I'm walking this trail, typically it's better on the way back because on the way back it hits my back. The wind is always coming at me on the way in and hitting my back on the way back. And that's good in two ways. One, it won't really affect the sound as this thing will have less work to do. But two, it'll also push me to finish the trail faster. On the way in, you're going to have resistance that's going to burn more calories, and on the way out, you're going to have the opposite of resistance. It's going to be pushing you. So you need less energy to come back out of the trail compared to going in against wind. We got 13 people here, 3 thumbs up. Thank you so much for joining us today. Yeah. The ghost of Whoosh Whoosh in the house. Hey, Whoosh Whoosh, how you doing, brother? Welcome to the show. It's great to see you here. How's your weekend going? We're going to wait a little bit more or a little bit longer to start off with today's topic, and it's a really good one. We're going to be talking about there's no one to blame for your unhappiness besides yourself. Again, there's no one to blame for your for your unhappiness besides yourself. There's no one to blame for your unhappiness besides yourself. And you may think of this as a pretty boring subject and a pretty obvious subject, but a lot of people don't truly understand the underlying meaning of it. Because if everyone understood the underlying meaning of the phrase, there's no one to blame for your unhappiness besides yourself, then you would realize that you're making yourself unhappy, and if you don't want to be unhappy, then you got to do things that make you happy. And that includes surrounding yourself with happy people instead of negative, miserable, clown type of people, right? So we'll get more into that in just a little bit. We can also talk about anything you want to talk about. If you have any business or personal type of questions you want to ask myself or my lady who's in the chat, we'd be happy to address those things. My lady and I are very proficient and knowledgeable in tons of subjects, as you know, I am 49 years old and she's about to turn 48. 2 weeks, right, baby? May 16th, right? You're going to be 48, huh, baby? So we have a lot of experience in life. And we're not saying that we're any better than anyone. All we're saying is that we've gone through a lot of shit. And we know you will. Well, we know you're probably going through a lot of shit too. And you want to learn how to better yourself so you don't have to go through that crap anymore, right? We've been through it. We've been through the turmoil, the ups and downs, and everything like that, right? So we understand how you feel. And we've learned from our mistakes. And we want to help you learn from our mistakes so you make fewer mistakes than we did and become successful faster than we did. That's our goal here. That's our goal. Yeah, I tell you, it's windy. Can you all hear me okay? Are we all right? 17 days, says my lady. The ghost of Whoosh Whoosh says, Coach. Maybe you're saying hi, Coach. Hey, Whoosh. How you doing, bro? Oh, man. I don't mind the resistance, right? It's great exercise. But what I don't like about the wind is it can affect sound quality. And I've got to hold my headset microphone so it's not swaying and crackling. Holly says, we are good, Eli. We can hear a little wind. Of course, because there's a lot of wind. I mean, Holly, there's a lot of wind happening. But if I took this thing off, you'll be able to tell the difference. But not a great amount. Well, let's do another demo here. I'm taking off the windscreen. There we go. It's back on. Makes a world of difference, doesn't it? Yeah. Woo! Oh yeah, if you take it off, lots of crackling. Right? Right. Yeah, and see, Holly, at this level of wind here, it's about 15 to 20 miles per hour. Those lapel mics you suggested would not be able to handle this. Those, unless you're stationary and you have your back turned to the wind, that's what those lapel mics are good for. You need a bigger foam to handle wind at this level. That's why I have this bigger windscreen on my mic, and you can and you're still hearing some wind come through, but at least it's tolerable. Anyway, got some kids riding their bikes on the trail here. 18 in the box, 5 thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here. just going to wait a second. The family with the bike stopped. So I'm going to wait. The guy's little son is coughing. Well, there are a lot of allergens out here, and unless you have the right medication, I probably wouldn't bring your kids on a trail like this with this type of weather. So they're about to start off again. He's like training his son how to like ride a bike without training wheels. And this is just not the right place to do it, in my opinion. Not on a windy trail like this, a long trail like this, but to each its own. All right, I'm gonna have to move. All right, they're moving now, and his son is out there riding ahead of him. All right. My God. Woo! I'm not going to be able to start the show until I get to the other side where it's a little less windy. This is really, really windy today. By the way, I want to thank is it the Church of Ranch Jams? Is that what he's called now, Holly? I want to thank Ranch Jams, who's been in here under the Fart Jams channel, for the $5 PayPal donation he sent during the show yesterday. Folks, I cannot see PayPal or Cash App donations during the show. If you do send a PayPal or Cash App, please make us aware of the amount and where you send it to in the chat, so we can acknowledge you. If not, I'll acknowledge you on a future stream. The Gospel of Ranch Jams. Sorry, that's right. The Gospel of Ranch Jams. And we have unblocked his channel. And he'll have another little surprise when he pops on in here, too. And Ranch Jams, Holly was making me aware that if you want to collaborate on some stuff, maybe do some interviews, I would have no problem doing that. At this point right now, the way I'm doing things, I would prefer to interview somebody. Sorry, I would prefer to go on someone else's channel first, and then I'll bring you on mine, because I'm looking for a little diversity. But if we go that route, then I'd be happy to, interview on my channel as well afterwards. So if anyone is interested in interviewing me, and then I can interview you on my channel, let me know. Reach out to me, Coach Eli at coacheli@melas.com. I want to make it very, very, very clear. I am not interested in working with or being interviewed by or interviewing anyone from that former drama group that unfortunately I was involved with. So I'm making it clear, because some of those people may reach out to me. Yeah, I have no interest in working with that group. There's absolutely zero upside for me, and when I work with someone, I want there to be a mutual, beneficial type of thing happening, or a mutually beneficial thing happening. That's the way it should be. We should both be able to gain traction and both get ahead equally, right? Man, this is really super windy. It'll be interesting to see how the replay sounds. Now they're coming back. They're not going all the way. He's telling his son to use his bell. Yep, whenever you have to pass on the left, you use your bell on the bike. Yep. Yeah. I love mountain biking. Haven't done it in a while, but love it. mountain biking and hiking and all that stuff. I really love that stuff. And when my lady gets better and gets cleared by her doctors, we'll do some of those things. You'll see what real fun is, babe. I'm definitely not a boring guy at all. It's just, I've got my lady that has some health things that I'm helping her out with, and in the meantime, I'm putting things on hold. Oh my, look at that. Jesus Christ. It's very windy here. It's like windier than I thought it would be. We've got like maybe 30 mile an hour winds right now, 25, 30 mile an hour winds. Man, my hood is on my back. Holy cow, be careful out there. Yeah, it's all right, Holly. It's nothing that I haven't encountered before. I mean, it's nothing I haven't encountered before. Yeah, we got 18 people here. Please say something. Say hello. If you're blocked here, come in on a sock account and let us know why you're here, and we can talk with you if you're going to be reasonable. You are really scratchy. Can you hear me at all, babe? Is it just a bit scratchy, or can you hear me at all? The wind is very high. Can you hear me right now without any scratchiness? Is it just when the heavy wind is in my face? Let me know if you can hear me now. A lot better with no scratching. Is that better? Okay, yeah. Well, I've had 25, 30 mile per hour gusts of wind in my face. And even with this big windscreen, I mean, they can only take so much. But at least you can hear me. It's going to be a little scratchy as I go through the heavy wind. The only other thing I can do is get an even bigger windscreen, but then it would be like this big, and they would probably block all the wind out. But, that's just, that'd be too much. You know what I'm saying? And it'll be much better on the way back. When my back is turned against this, like this, you'll be able to hear me a lot better. And as I get to this part of the trail here, the winds seem to die down. They seem always heavier on this first part, because that's closer to the bay. So yeah, get any questions, comments, or concerns that you have in the chat. We'll address them. Again, today, this is episode number 459 of Walking with Purpose, live from the San Francisco Bay Trail here in Redwood City, California, where I live. And again, we're talking about you have no one to blame for your unhappiness besides yourself. One more time. You have no one to blame for your unhappiness besides yourself. Man, I really hate these days when it's windy out here. It just makes the show much more difficult to do. I'll tell you one thing that makes me really sad. And I'm going to hold off from talking about this until I turn the corner, because this is extremely windy here. I'll tell you some things here that I really would like to see change, especially within the YouTube community. And I talk about these things because I'm a YouTuber / content creator / influencer. And I'm seeing a lot of changes lately happening on YouTube. And I hope they continue to happen. I hope YouTube continues to clean up this platform. I think the windsock is not on well. It is exactly well, Holly. It's on perfectly. It's just the wind is extremely heavy. There's 30 plus mile an hour wind. 25 to 30 mile an hour gusts hitting it. So, I mean, look, when I turn my back, you can hear me fine. So, I mean, it is what it is. If it doesn't pan out, it doesn't pan out. It's just, it's very, very, very windy today. Oh, okay, yeah. So, you know, I've seen some things out here on YouTube lately through many, many various communities. Not just one community in particular that I, you know, have somewhat been a part of, but many other communities. And it's really sad what I'm seeing, and I really wish these people that are doing this to themselves and wasting their time every day would just really stop and do something more productive and do something more beneficial to yourselves, right? Or to yourself, right? And I started seeing this when I first came on this platform. People going from stream to stream to stream, talking shit about people and, you know, trying to say, oh, I'm better than you, or you're better than me, or this person did this person did that, right? And it's really sad and a waste of time and pathetic, right? And how this incorporates with the topic is that the reason why these people are going from stream to stream to stream to stream all day, every day, and talking smack about other people in that same, within that same group of people, right? It's because of your unhappiness. You're unhappy within yourself, and and like I've been saying, you have no one to blame for your unhappiness besides yourself. You're choosing to be unhappy and stay unhappy instead of removing yourself from situations of unhappiness and surrounding yourself with positivity and happy people, right? The choice is simply yours, right? And again, it sounds, you know, like a no-brainer. Like, what I'm saying here is not rocket science. What I'm saying here isn't new, right? Many different people talk about this in many different ways, but still many people don't get it. They don't understand it, because if they truly understood that they only have themselves to blame for their unhappiness, I bet you the people that finally figured that out would make changes and remove themselves from unhappy situations, including being around unhappy, miserable people. This is really, really windy. Yeah, it's really, really windy right now. You can probably barely hear me. I can't see my screen here. Hold on. We've got 25 people here. GLM. Gabrielle Louise Martinez. Sorry, it's a bit windy here today on the trail. It'll be better on the way back. So pardon the scratchiness every now and then. Wow. Hey, Jenny Sadler, how you doing? Hi, Eli. I agree. I had a group of girlfriends that were so negative and miserable. It was rubbing off on me, and my husband even noticed. I decided to slowly break away. It can be done. Give me a second to respond to that, Jenny, and thank you so much for being here. I want to turn the corner where there's going to be less wind, hopefully. You know what? You know what I should do just to piss people off that don't like me is get even a bigger windscreen. Get one twice the size so then it blocks out even the heavy wind. I'll get a windscreen that covers my entire face. How's that? And then everyone will start talking about it, right? Maybe that'll get me YouTube famous, right? I'm just kidding. Yeah, give me 1 second here. Whew. Respectfully, maturely, and professionally, my girlfriend says, hey, GLM. Oh, man. I'm just waiting a second to respond. I mean, I haven't seen winds this heavy on this trail in quite some time. I mean, that means we got another storm coming in. There's a change in the weather pattern. Whew. Yeah, like I said on the way back, it'll be easier because the wind will be blocked. Like right now I'm walking sideways and it's kind of blocking the wind. But on the way back it'll be hitting my back, so the sound should be okay. Yeah, let me come over here and turn the corner. And I believe it typically starts to die down in this area. I know this trail really well. I know that when it's windy, I know it's windy until you hit a certain point up here. Then it starts to die down a little bit. Like right now, it seems to be a little bit less. So yeah, you know, Jenny, here's the thing. Here's the thing. You did the right thing, no matter what anyone says, right? Because you only have yourself to blame for your unhappiness. Happiness stems from each one of us deep within. And, you know, why are we going to want to hang around or keep hanging around miserable people that are unhappy when all it's going to do is make us unhappy and bring us down? We're in control of our unhappiness. Every person is in control of their unhappiness deep within and just in general, right? And that's why I'm really sick and tired of hearing people attack others and blame others, whether it's on YouTube or another social media site or the real world, right? You gotta learn at some point in your life to start owning up to your own shit, accepting responsibility, and realizing that your happiness or unhappiness is based on every choice you make. You make your own choices. No one else makes choices for you. You make your own choices, right? Jesus, man. Rosie Wren, the queen of YouTube now, forever and always. Hey, brother, with the $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Rosie. How you doing? 28 people here. Thank you so much, Rosie. It's the last day of the month, folks. My lady says, thanks, Rosie. Last day of the month, folks. If you are able to donate to support the channel, it'd be greatly appreciated. Bills are due tomorrow. And if you're able to preferably donate via Cash App or PayPal, I'll get that money immediately. If you prefer super chats or super stickers or super thanks on the replays or pre-recorded videos, no problem. I'll get that the third week of May. And if you can't afford to donate, no problem, or just don't want to, no problem, that's okay. Just putting it out there. But thank you again, Rosie, for the $1.99 super chat. And apologize, it's a very windy day out here on the trail, and it's affecting the sound. It is what it is. Give me 1 second. Let me let it die down for a second here. How you doing, Rosie? What's going on? How do you like having a monetized channel? God. Oh, man. I have to wait. This is just too much wind. Like, this is insanity. Just give me a few, folks, and it'll start to die down around here. Jeez, man. I don't know if I've ever seen it this windy out here. This is really horrible wind. Horrible. Usually when it's windy out here, by this point it starts to taper off. And it just hasn't let off yet. Hasn't let off at all. Let me check out the chat here real quick. I'm great. My 24th birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, Rosie. Happy birthday. That's awesome. Everybody wish Rosie Wren a very happy 24th birthday. You're getting old, huh, Rosie? Oh, boy. Jeez, man. Woo, man. Yeah, folks, hang on a second. I can't talk right now. This is insane. I gotta wait to turn the corner here. Gotta wait to turn the corner. Whew. Oh man. Okay, well, there's a little break in the wind right here. You could probably hear me right now. And then I'll turn the corner, the wind will shift and it should be fine. Then on the way back it'll hit my back, we'll be good. It is what it is. The show must go on, right? Oh my God. Some great resistance, I'll tell you that. And great for fat burning, burning more calories. And all that wind just has blown all that pollen right into my nose. Oh, that's great. That's a beautiful plane right there. Nice, beautiful blue, light blue plane. Light blue and white. I'm gonna come here for a second and wait for this gentleman to pass me by. Whew. Oh, we're still holding on to 26 people here, listening to my windstorm. That's great. Thank you so much for being here. Whew. All right. Now we've turned the corner. The sound should be a little better. And then on the way back, it'll be hitting my back. So it's all good. Can you folks hear me a little bit better now? Got 26 people here, 5 thumbs up. Please smash the thumbs up. If we have 26 people here watching this show, please smash the thumbs up. I mean, if 26 people here are watching this show and don't like me or have thumbed me down, then why are you here? Like, I just don't understand. I don't watch people on YouTube I don't like. If I don't, this is the thing. Let me ask you folks a question here, right? Do you watch people on YouTube you don't like, right? Or do you just move on to something else, right? And that's another thing I'm trying to help people work through here is that, look, you got to let shit go. You know, if you don't like someone, that's fine. It's your choice, right? Don't waste your time, you know, going to people's channels just to thumb them down or to talk smack about them, or just because you're curious to hear what they have to say because you can't stand them. I don't understand why people waste their time on that, right? You have no one to blame for your unhappiness besides yourself. You have no one to blame for your unhappiness besides yourself, right? And I will continue talking about topics like these until everybody understands it, especially a group of people that continues to want to watch my shows despite their feelings of hatred towards me. 27 people here and, 4, 5, 6 people chatting. I don't understand it. I would never waste my time just listening to someone I don't like and that I can't comment on, right? If I can't comment on someone's live stream, why am I going to even tune in to listen? Right? What's the benefit of it, right? Going back to what Jenny was saying earlier, Jenny Sadler, it's really hard to remove people from your life, especially people that you've been friends with for a long time. I've had to do it a few times in my life. I didn't like it, right? And I still don't like it to this day. But if you're friends with people or if you're associating with people that are weighing you down, right? And they're sucking up your energy, from you being able to use your energy in something you really want to do, you got to withdraw yourself, right? Better way to put it, when you're associating with people that are negatively, sucking out all your energy that you could use or that you need to use to be happy and more productive. You got to get rid of the dead weight, right? You got to get rid of the dead weight, right? Hey, Coach Jerem, how you doing? Welcome to the show. It's very windy out here today. Bend over. How mature of a grown-ass man to create an account called Bend Over. Dude, that was funny in like the 70s and 80s, bro. Bend Over. Right? And Mr. Dover, let's just call you that. For the people that are banned here, they're banned here because they didn't play by the rules. They're banned here because they're like you, an immature, insecure, miserable clown. You bend over, and the rest of these people that are banned are miserable clowns. Right? And if you folks want to be miserable clowns, that's your choice. We just don't want miserable clowns here infesting our positive environment. Right? Right, babe? We're a positive environment, right? I have no problem people going elsewhere and being miserable. If you want to be miserable with other miserable people, that's your choice. We just don't want that here, right? The ironic thing that I was saying, Mr. Dover, Ben Dover, Ben Dover. God, man, these guys are so immature, man. I mean, I look, it is funny. It is funny. I can laugh at that 49 years old, but come on, I'm not going to waste my time creating a sock account called Ben Dover. Oh, hey, GLM was in the middle of something. Oh, you're saying hi to GLM. Okay. I think I've got the observation deck all to myself right now. So I'm going to come up here for a second. Is the audio a little bit better now? Babe, Holly, anyone else? There's less wind in this area, and then the wind will be hitting my back on the way back. Yeah, the thing, Mr. Dover, is, yeah, these people are blocked here. But if they're blocked here, why are they so interested in viewing and listening to my content? You see, that's fair question, Mr. Dover. You want to come in on another sock account? Bend over 2? Or bend over 3, right? Or how many you have, and answer that? Yeah, for people that are banned, they're banned for a good reason. But they continue to watch my content. And that's the ironic thing, right? All I'm saying is that normal, healthy people are not going to participate in things that they don't enjoy or like or a productive use of their time. You know how kids are. Would allowing the trolls to chat and ignoring them increase your algorithm chances positively? Nope, they wouldn't. It would bring the wrong people here, Jaron. No, it would not. That's always been the thing that I've struggled with, is the fact that these people continue to consume my content and my content is not getting recommended elsewhere. But I'm not worried about it. Whatever, the way I'm looking at it, Coach J-Rom and everyone else, is that it is what it is. I'm just talking logically about things, right? All I'm doing is saying, hey, I get the fact that you don't like me or don't like what I'm talking about or like some of the people in my group, but then why are you here? Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, the immature people, Hey, Information Man Show, how are you doing? Oh, you beat me to it, babe. I was just going to ban that one that was talking about you again. Let me ask you this, babe, if you can hear me, because there's a little wind here right now. Let me ask you this. Okay, what do you think about, grown-ass people that make sock accounts, saying stupid, dumb, immature things like that? Like, what do you think? Hello, Information Man Show. Yeah, my lady Dawn is here, respectfully, maturely, and professionally. And it's a little bit windy here today on the trail, so pardon me. I'm doing the best I can with the sound. Let's head on back. And then it'll start to hit my back, and we're going to be all good. I just saw a lizard on the walkway, and I was going to put it on camera, but it ran off before I could change the camera angle. I'm going to hit a little wind until I turn the corner, and then when I start heading back south, the wind will totally be hitting my back. And it should be clear the rest of the way. Yeah, and here's the thing. I'm not complaining. To the people that have been around here for a while, I'm not complaining. I'm just sharing my experiences. I'm sharing behaviors that I see. And, my lady and I have gotten to the point of where we can just laugh this off. Doesn't bother us. It's just comical that people just don't stop acting so immaturely and insecurely. They're miserable clowns. In the last 5 years on this platform, I'll tell you this, I have seen so many people, and I'm not going to mention names, I'm just going to say in general, I've seen so many people that I wouldn't say were in the best position when they first came out here 4 or 5 years ago. But instead of working on themselves to better themselves and get out of the, less than great position they were in, they become worse. A lot of these people have gained a lot of weight. Their attitudes are worse, right? A lot of these people used to have monetized channels, and they no longer have monetized channels. I'm not just talking about one person. I'm talking about, there are many people I've seen on YouTube over the last 5-6 years that have depreciated at a serious level instead of getting ahead or bettering themselves. And it's just really, really sad. It's really, really sad to see that, right? And I'm one of the few creators out here that's coming out here and saying, look, you don't have to stay depressed. You don't have to continue going down that path of self-destruction, right? I know I was going to do a show from the studio last night, but I was just really super, super tired. I want to do my very best I can to do that tonight because it's the last day of the month. And I want to give you folks one more studio show this month before the month ends. So after this stream ends here, I'm going to go home, eat a little bit, and then hopefully have the energy to do a couple hours stream from the studio. And I have some great things I want to talk about. There's some new DoorDash news. And how does this affect people that don't drive for DoorDash? Well, there are a lot of people that use DoorDash for food delivery. Same with Uber Eats. There's some major news that's in the works that could change the future of DoorDash from being around. And maybe a prediction I made earlier this year may end up coming true. I have a feeling that Uber/Uber Eats is going to end up buying DoorDash and basically being the main and only player in the food delivery, business, right? And I've got lots of great things to say about Uber, driving for Uber, the tips on Uber, what Uber encourages their drivers and customers to do that benefit everyone, not just Uber. Uber's bags, hot bags, are much better quality for the same price than DoorDash is. Like Uber, and the colors are much better too. There's a lot of interesting stuff to talk about the gig economy and food delivery. I've got some great articles to share on that. Plus, I've also got some other, articles regarding dating and relationships and stuff like that. Probably going to do a dual combo show on that tonight, and I'm figuring out a way to change my format to kind of do some current event type of news, and then also throw in some dating and relationships at the same time, and kind of switch it up. So I'm going to try something out, more than likely starting tonight, regarding that, with some DoorDash news. And then some relationship stuff, some great relationship postings on Reddit. Coach Eli, I missed a lot of last night's stream. Did you say something negative about Raven's son? Because honestly, he's a good young man, and it's unfair to mention him at all. Coach Eli, I'm not here to get involved with drama, and there's no need to discuss that. And there's actually no need to bring that up, to be honest with you. I said everything I had to say on the show yesterday. He came on the show. He was trolling. He got removed on 4 different accounts. That should speak for itself. And in my opinion, Coach Eli, that is not a mature way for a kid to behave. It's not, Coach Eli. You know it. So I'd rather just leave it at that and move on. I don't care. I'm not here to cause drama or create drama. I'm also not going to pussyfoot around the corner. I think both him and his mother are both miserable clowns. You know, I don't care that they rebroadcast my streams, but then they don't even have the balls to keep up the stream because they're afraid it's going to get flagged down, right? I'm sorry, I cannot respect that. So, hey, forgive me if my opinion differs from yours, but that's the truth about what happened. It is what it is. Now I'm feeling the wind pushing my back, but you should be able to hear me better. Information Man Show says it will be a monopoly. Yeah, you know, Information Man Show, that's a good point. If Uber Eats is the only one that's, you know, doing the food delivery thing, and let's say that Lyft rideshare goes out of business, then it'll be Uber doing 100% of ride sharing and 100% of food delivery / grocery delivery, right? So yeah, the prices would go up, right? Possibly, right? Or maybe they'd leave the prices the same, because I don't think this business would be feasible with it being any more expensive than it already is. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is DoorDash is just not doing everything right. You know, they don't care about the drivers. They play so many games with the drivers to try to manipulate the drivers to take lowball crappy orders that are not going to be profitable, that are going to wear their cars down to the ground, right? Coach Eli says, I just don't think it's a good look for you or your business, nor is it fair to say that when it could have been stock accounts trying to rile you up to go out raving. No, it was not stock accounts, Coach Eli. It was verified that it was his main channel. And quite frankly, Coach Eli, with all due respect, I'm not coming at you saying this, I'm saying in general, I really don't give a shit about what anyone thinks about me. If they think I'm unprofessional, then they can go to another channel or follow another coach. I don't really care. I get what you're saying, and I appreciate that. But I'm me, and that's all I'm going to be. And that was her son. He's done it before on my other channel. He had never been on Coach Eli 2 before, which is why he had so many stock accounts, including his main channel, available here. I had banned him already years ago on my main channel, right? And here's the thing, Coach J. Rob. You see, I don't even want to say this, but I will say it. I do have screenshots. Yeah, I tuned in a little bit to his mom's stream, and I got screenshots of him talking mad shit on the same accounts. So, I mean, I don't feel the need to show receipts. I have nothing to prove to anyone, but I have the receipts. I do. And I'm only sharing this because you want to know, and I want to answer your question respectfully. That's all, you know. But at the end of the day, I don't care if people think I'm unprofessional regarding this or not. It's up to each person to decide who they want to follow and support and what's professional and not professional. And I've been extremely professional with everyone. And I'll be honest with you, I'm tired of bullshit. I'm tired of grown-ass adults acting like little kids, okay? I'm tired of people coming out and saying that, you know, my girlfriend's cervix has been blown out. And I'm going to talk about it because I feel like talking about it, right? I thought you were going to say I was saying something bad. I ain't said nothing out there that I've not said to you directly. No, I know, dude. Coach J-Rob, I'm not. Hold on. There's a big gust of wind coming right now. from the side. Okay. Coach J-Rob, I'm not upset, and I understand where you're coming from. I'm answering your questions because you've been a part of this channel here for a while. And, I want to respond and I want to share with everyone at the same time how I feel. And then you can also know how much more I feel. And I get that you care. But I've grown to learn at this point the way social media works is based on who people know, like, and trust. That's what it is. People are either going to like you or they're not going to like you, right? But what I won't do is I'm not going to sit here and be belittled by, a young man that's the son of a woman that rebroadcasts or does 2.5 hour reviews of my live streams, gets a group of haters that have been hating on me for years to talk shit about me, and then she deletes the stream or deletes the live stream because she fears I'm going to flag her down, right? Or she fears losing her monetization again. She already lost monetization once for doing the same shit, Coach J-Ron. Apparently, she wasn't mature enough to learn her lesson, right? This is life coaching at its finest, and I don't care. She'll probably review this too. And that's fine, because you see, people that play with fire, Coach J-Ron and everyone else, usually get burned, right? And it's not going to be me flagging her because I don't flag people anymore. The YouTube gods will eventually catch up to people that do stupid shit like that, right? Just like they caught up with another content creator, right? For people that keep on playing with fire, they eventually get burned, right? That's all I'm saying, right? And let's see who will be the last one standing at the end of the day, right? Eli, I know it's off the current topic, but did you see my message? What message? Holly says, Eli, me and Mike drove past a sign today that said Uber Freight, so I guess they are getting into that. You know what? I'm not surprised if Uber Technologies is getting into freight now. They've done rideshare for, well over 10 years. They've been doing food delivery for, I think, longer than DoorDash, like over 5 years. Uber Eats. They started doing shop and pays like DoorDash has been doing, and they've also been doing package delivery like DoorDash has been doing. And now if Uber's going to do freight, then okay. But here's what I think they're trying to do. There are companies out there that will use independent contractors to deliver freight. So a lot of guys now are going out there and buying these cargo vans. So if you have a truck or a cargo van and you can, haul a pallet, real quick, 1 to 2 hours away, you might make $300 to $500 doing that. And if Uber is going that route, that's not a bad move. The thing is, if you want to get into that business, you're going to have to probably buy a cargo van or something like that. It's going to be a little bit of an investment. Uber Freight has been around for 8 years. Oh, I didn't know that, Coach J-Rom. Is Uber Freight a part of Uber Technologies, the rideshare and food delivery company? Is it the same company? Or is it a different company that has a similar name? Too much reused content. Oh. So wait a minute. Let me, Coach Jerome, I didn't know that. Hold on a second. Let me read this. Coach Jerome says, "Yeah, I lost monetization over clips of you. LOL. Too much reused content." Are you serious, Coach Jerome? They didn't tell you it was my content, right? Do you assume it was my content, or just you reused a lot of content and mine was a part of it? I'm sure it wasn't just my content, Coach J-Rom. I didn't even know you were removed from the YouTube Partner Program. How long has that been? Yes, it's the same company, says Coach J-Rom. So it's Uber Technologies that runs Uber Freight. Wow. So, wow, interesting. Okay. Wow. And they've been in the freight longer than food delivery. Okay. With a name like Uber, you can do anything. With DoorDash, it's like, what are you going to call it? DoorDash Freight. Doesn't make any sense. Holly says, YouTube is cracking down on a lot of stuff. This new CEO is not fooling around. Yeah, Neil Mohan. Neil Mohan's taking a stronger stance on reused content, on bullying and harassment, and also circumvention. Circumvention is something that a lot of people have been doing. Coach Jerome, no, your clips were the bulk of the reused content. No biggie, my choice, my content. So wait a minute, and again, I'm just trying to learn here. I'm sorry that happened to you. I never flagged any of that stuff on your end, but so they basically labeled which videos had reused content. They actually told you which ones created the reused content. Wow. So let me put out a Coach Jerome, thank you for that. I want to thank you for mentioning this, and sorry what happened to your channel. But they hit me on an annual review. Okay. So okay, now I get it. Now I understand why I have 32 people here and people aren't rebroadcasting me anymore. It's because of the fact that they're getting shut down for it finally. I've got 31 people here right now, when for the last several years, a lot of these people that are here watching were watching me on simulcasts, right? And now the people that were rebroadcasting me, especially the ones that were able to make money doing it, are no longer doing it because they know their channels will get removed from the YouTube Partner Program or get shut down, right? So they hit you with it. They hit Raven with the same thing. They probably hit Jamie with the same thing. And I will say this. There are some smart people that I've seen remove all that content and not make any more content on me. Sorry, there's a plane. God bless those people. God bless those people that learned their lesson and say, okay, we had fun with Eli, but we got to stop doing it because YouTube's really cracking down on it. Now, you know what thing it is too, Coach J-Rom? I think that because I've been in the YouTube Partner Program longer than all of you, and when the copyright match tool came out, And now they also have the prevent future uploads feature. The YouTube system has become very sophisticated with the content ID system and the copyright match tool. So like you said, when they go to the annual review, they look to see, okay, what has the content ID system caught or the copyright match tool caught, right? And they're taking a stronger stance on it. I don't remember the last time I had over 30 people on a live stream. That's great. Most of you are probably blocked because there's because there's no simulcast, you have to be here, right? Well, whether you're blocked or not, you can still watch the show. But even if you're blocked, no one ever had the right to rebroadcast an entire live stream. Even if you want to watch someone that has you blocked, you need to go to their channel to watch them. That's just the way it goes, right? But you're right, Holly. I'm really, and again, I withdrew. You know, Holly and Babe, you know, Dawn, respectfully, maturely, professionally, my lady, and anyone else has been around for a while, Jerem and everyone else. I basically just remember a year and a half ago, I just said, hey, let them use the content. Let them, I'm not going to flag them, right? And everyone thought I was crazy, including you, Coach Eli. I mean, I'm not blaming you for it. I'm just saying, I remember those days. And the reason why is because I knew karma would eventually come back to bite everyone in the ass, right? Yes, says Holly. Now, for you 30 people that are here, please smash the thumbs up. Show a brother some love. You know what? In some way, shape, or form, whether you love me or hate me, you're here because you're entertained, or it's cringe to you, or whatever. Give me a thumbs up and show me your love. Or maybe you truly want to participate here. I would love to have some of you here if you want to truly participate, and if you can remove yourself from drama completely, right? You know, something interesting always happens on these shows. And Coach Jerome, I appreciate you sharing that information. It's very eye-opening, right? And I know you didn't really care about your channel being monetized or not. You just did it because it was something to do. I know you make the majority of your income, like 99.9% of your income, off of YouTube. I totally get that. Woo! Hang on a second here. But based on what happened to you and you talking about it, we all learned something from it. It's almost kind of like taking one for the team to come out and say, yeah, I got removed for a reused content. It was your reused content. I'm like, whoa. That's why these other people have backed off, or at least backed off for the most part, because they're all starting to go down. And Holly's saying, yeah, it's a new CEO. Yeah, it's Neil Mohan. Neil Mohan took over Susan Wojcicki's job. Susan retired. And you know what? I actually liked Susan. Initially I didn't, but I actually ended up liking Susan because she was taking a stronger stance, but then she backed off. But now Neil came on and started shutting everybody down that violates shit. Good for you, Neil Mohan. GLM, my head is surprisingly very lumpy. Why is that? Coach Jerome says, I wish I could monetize my shorts. I've gotten nearly 50K views in the last 2 weeks. That's not bad, dude. I got to create some more shorts myself. Just haven't had the time to do it. But I will. Yeah, they started monetizing shorts. I believe it was February 1st. And they had us all sign a new amended agreement for the YouTube Partner Program, which I did that on both channels the first day that they sent it out. Yeah. Yeah, I had not been creating that much content until the last few weeks because I was doing the DoorDash and Uber Eats thing for 3.5 months. But I finally, between both channels, I finally hit $100, and I got paid $101 from Google / YouTube last week. So it was unexpected money. I'm like, babe, we got $101 for really? Yeah. Well, that's because even when you're not creating content, your old content, when it gets views, you still get paid. Now, my past content doesn't get a whole lot of views, but I have so many pieces of content that all those pieces together over the last 3 months or so, without me creating much new content, added up to $100 in net revenue between both channels, and boom, got paid. Man, my phone's a little bit dirty right by the place where it shows how many people are here. There it is, 28 in the box, 11 thumbs up. You only have yourself to blame for your unhappiness, right? It's like the Wilson Phillips song. Don't you know things will change, things will go your way? If you hold on for one more day, things will go your way, right? For me, it was holding on for years on this platform for things to start turning around. And you got no one to blame for your unhappiness, right? Like the song says, like the Wilson Phillips song, hold on. You got no one to blame for your unhappiness. You got yourself into this mess, right? You got yourself into this mess. Letting your troubles pass you by. Don't you think it's worth a try to change your life? Someday somebody's gonna make you want to turn around and say goodbye. Anyway, enough of that, right? You get the point, right? The song popped into my head today, right? And brought tears to my eyes, Going back to those days in the early 90s when Wilson Phillips did that. I know there's pain. Why do you lock yourself up in these chains? Yeah. The whole song is about, hey, you know what? You're in control of your own destiny. You choose. You pick and choose who you hang out with, where you invest your time, how you spend your money. You make choices in your life for yourself. No one makes choices for you besides you. And if you come out and say, well, I was convinced by someone to do this, well, ultimately you were the one that allowed them to convince you, right? You only have yourself to blame. And you're never going to turn your life around and start being happy until you own it. Own your own shit. Coach J-Rob says, my grandfather always said every day had the potential to be a good day or a bad day. Only you can decide which it is. And Holly's Haunted and Happening says, good song by Wilson Phillips. Right, Wilson Phillips, great group. Right? You're right, Coach J-Ron. You know, in life we're going to have good days and bad days. Right? It's inevitable that bad days are going to happen, right? And realistically, usually more bad days happen than good days. The key is when you have those bad days, it's how you handle those bad days that are going to make the good days better than all the bad days combined, all right? So for example, okay, let's say you're working a job, whatever job it is, and you're getting paid based on sales or whatever, right? Let's say you're a salesman, right? And you have 6 days of where you sell nothing. Let's say you're a car salesman and you have 6 days in a row where you sell nothing. And you make nothing, you're pissed off. But on day 7, you sell 10 cars, right? You sell 10 cars and you make 20 to 30 grand commission, whatever it is for that amount of cars, right? The 10 cars you sold in one day is better than what a salesman would typically do in a 7-day period, selling one or less than one car per day, right? So what the way I've lived my life, and it makes sense what you're saying, Coach J-Ron, the way that I've lived my life is, yes, the bad days sometimes will get to me, right? And I may complain a little bit here and there. I'm trying to get better, and I've gotten a lot better. But at this point right now, I don't look at bad days as bad days. I look at them as, hey, it was an opportunity that was missed. Tomorrow's a different day, right? A lot of people that have known me on YouTube for years can say, oh, Eli, you've been missing your opportunity for 5-6 years, right? It's never going to change. You're never going to make it out here. You're never going to succeed out here or make good money out here. How do you know? Maybe my time has finally come. Maybe it won't come for another 6 months or a year. Right? I keep moving forward. I keep pushing, persevering. Some days are better than others, right? But eventually, it's going to get there. For me, I never have a bad day. I only have bad moments. That's a good point, Coach J-Ron. Makes good sense. Makes great sense. Holly's Huntington Happenings. You know, there was one guy I knew when you asked him how he was, he always responded with, better than I deserve. That's a very, very, humble way to look at it, right? That's a man with a lot of humility. I respect that, Holly. GLM says, I never have bad days or bad moments, just bad people come in my direction. Well, you know what, GLM, that makes a lot of sense. And you and I have both had a lot of shitty people come into our lives, especially out here on YouTube, right? But it's how you handle those people, right? You're like, okay, yeah, a little fun with them. Yeah, I called them out. Yeah, I went back and forth with them for a while, and it was fun, but then it got old. Then the same old shit, different day, different month, different year, after 4 years of doing the same thing, and it literally getting you nowhere and getting me nowhere, it's time to move on, right? I'll tell you folks this, right? At this point, based on what I've seen happening lately, and the new CEO, Neil Mohan, replacing Susan Wojcicki for YouTube, At this point right now, I finally feel the stars are aligning and things are shifting and they're turning around. I really do feel that. And I feel it's only going to get better. And if you're someone that's been struggling to grow on YouTube because you have a positive message and you were riddled and overtaken by stupid channels that create endless nonsensical stupid ass drama, and it affected your growth, your time is about to come. Your time is about to change. Or things are about to change. GLM says I topped J-Rom's answer. Na boo boo. LOL, says Coach J-Rom. The Ghost of Woosh Woosh. Coach, are you blaming the last 5 years on those other channels? That's a great question, Woosh Woosh. That's a great way to end this show. Am I blaming the last 5 years of my lack of success out here on YouTube on those channels? I'm not going to say completely. I'm going to say partially yes. But here's the thing, Woosh Woosh. To be fair, YouTube allowed these channels to continue doing their fuckery for 5+ years. It took them 5+ years to start taking action. It took a new CEO to start taking action, right? You also have to look at it this way, Woosh Woosh. A lot of these drama channels that were demonetized and removed from the platform, right? And it's not just the current one that we all know, right? The Jamie one. There was Natasha Cooper and many others. Back in the days, there was Chris Cantu and there are many others that came on this platform and were on here for quite some time before being removed. And you know why? You know why? Because they were very profitable to the platform. I'm not going to lie. All these drama channels, they're very profitable because they get lots of super chats, and YouTube and Google gets 30% of that. They get their ad revenue and all that. They get their memberships and all that. And YouTube and Google gets 30% of that, right? And that was before YouTube became profitable, independent of Google, right? Now that YouTube's been profitable on its own for a couple years, I think they're going to start taking more of a stronger stance, because I think the advertisers are starting to see that YouTube started relaxing again with their monetization policies, right? You remember in 2017, 2018, they started demonetizing a bunch of channels, and then they said they're going to start taking a stronger stance on bullying and harassment, and that they're going to have stricter requirements to join the YouTube Partner Program. Well, they did that for a little while, and then they laxed up over the last couple years, right? They laxed up because it was profitable for them, right? And now Neil Mohan comes in and says, you know what? If I don't do something here to clean this up, these advertisers are going to start to pull away like they did in 2017 and 2018. I agree with him. LMAO, says Holly. Whew. My God. I'm trying to walk at an angle here, so the wind is hitting my back and blocking, and I'm blocking the wind from it hitting the mic. I think I'm going to come over here behind this wall and go a few more minutes to answer this question, and then go off the air, go home, grab some dinner, and then do the other show tonight. come over here. Is the wind pushing you forward? It was coming back out of the trail compared to going in. It was against me. Still have 30 people here. Yeah, to the 30 people that are here, stick around. I'm going to be going live again in about 2.5 to 3 hours after this show ends from the studio. I would appreciate your support. So with my lady, we have bills tomorrow. And, if you folks can spare a little to help us out, that would be great. If not, no worries. We'll find a way. But we come out here and create content regularly for you folks. And, this is what we love to do the most. So, yeah, whoosh, whoosh. I can't completely blame these channels. Yes. Should they have done what they did? No. Right? Were they pushing the boundaries? Yes. They knew that, right? But if YouTube's going to let them get away with it for 5 years and they're able to capitalize off of it for 5 years in a very lucrative way, then why should they have stopped, right? Now, for me, I would have never done something like that because I have morals, values, and ethics. I could never, ever, ever do to these people what they did to me. I could never do that to them because I have morals, values, and ethics. And they might come back and say, oh, Eli, get off your high horse and this and that. No, I'm not on a high horse. That's just how I've been. Because if I really wanted to make some money, I could be a drama channel better than all of you. I could be a drama WHORE more than all these people, right? I just choose to not be because that's not who I am. It's not the type of person I am or want to be. And I have morals, values, and ethics that don't allow me to stoop down to that level, right? So again, these people that it wasn't completely their fault. YouTube allowed them to do it, but at the same time, I firmly believe these people that did do it have no morals, values, or ethics. None, right? Forget about the law. It's not about breaking the law. It's about morals, values, and ethics, and they have none. And they still don't have any. They don't. Any final questions, folks? We got 26, 25 in the box still left here. All right, I'm going to get on out of here, folks. It's probably almost 6 o'clock right now, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. I'll be going live probably around midnight Eastern, 9 Pacific, or 11:30 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 p.m. Pacific, somewhere around that time. So look for that. With that being said, Holly says, night, Eli. Have a good one, everyone. Good night, Holly. Good night, everyone. Good night, J-Ron. Have a good one, and as always, be good to each other.